Hi, this is Rachel from TLC Inspirations, and I'm here to show you how to make a very simple recycled t-shirt flower or embellishment. And this is not all put together here, but this is made with a thicker t-shirt, and you can see they're not cut to a perfect circle. You can see that this is kind of oblong, and what I do is I just cut out the pieces and I layer them, and none of them are perfect circles. I kind of just try to do the layers for the project that I'm creating, and I just kind of line it up accordingly. Now you can see that I've already curled the edges of these pieces, and to curl you just stretch the very edge of each piece. You can see it starts to kind of look like a potato chip. The sides where the grain goes vertically will curl under, and the opposite direction will curl up, and that's how they curl. Okay, so this is a fairly large flower. It's done with a thicker fabric, so sometimes the thicker fabrics are a little harder to curl. This is my black button. I'm going to take a red thread to put it all together. And I'm just going to sew it in like I would any other button. Now, if I was attaching this directly to something, I would probably do a single stitch and then finish the stitches on the actual project. You can also put it all together with the thread and then glue it onto something. You can use hot glue. Now you have to have a nice sharp needle because you're going through several layers of, thicker t-shirt material, so you need to be able to do it easily. Anyways, you can see, what it's going to look like towards the end. And I layered these with larger circles. So the embellishment itself is large, and each petal has a certain amount of spacing between it. Now you can see on this other one I was getting ready to put together, I have not curled the edges yet, but you can see they're much closer. So there's a lot more layers. However, this is a much thinner t-shirt material. This is almost like the tissue t-shirt, and you can see it will start curling up around the edges. Okay, now that I have this how I like it, I'm just going to quickly sew the button on. And you can use beads. Buttons work for me because I have a lot of them, so I try to use them up. It's like stash busting. I'm using a nice strong white thread, and I'm giving it kind of an off-kilter look here, which I like. I'm one of those non-symmetrical people. I hang all my pictures on the wall in a haphazardly way. I think it drives my mom crazy. Okay, that's about it. And I'm just going to tie it off on the back. Not pretty? Now obviously you can make these in any size. Pretty much any kind of t-shirt material will work, but as you can see, the thicker material doesn't have nearly the curl, or has less layers, less curl, but depending on the project you're doing, you may want something that's a little bit flatter, a little bit closer to the surface of your project, maybe something that doesn't stick out as far and still has a popping effect. Something like this is a little more three-dimensional, sticks out a little bit further, and, you know, has a little more substance to it. You can use it for purses, you can use it as a brooch, you can use it as clips in your hair, on a bobby pin, pretty much on anything. It's just a really versatile way to embellish any type of project, because all you have to do is sew it on, clip it on, glue it on. There's so many different ways, and there's so many different ways, you know, to close the center, because you can use embroidery floss, you can use buttons, you can use beads. It really opens up the world of embellishment